Welcome to Screen to Speed, powered by INIT Esports. In this podcast, we dive into the journeys of remarkable individuals making waves in sim racing and bridging the virtual with the real. From the thrill of digital circuits to the roar of real life racetracks, we explore the passion, dedication, and innovation that drives the world of motorsports. We'll hear from athletes, creators, and pioneers sharing their stories, insights, and the powerful ways sim racing is connecting communities and creating pathways into motorsports. So buckle up. Screen to Speed starts now.
Hello, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon in America. If you think this is a strange host, a bit different than usual, it is. This time, it's Elz herself who is getting interviewed. How are you, Elz?
Everyone. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. What about you? How are you doing today?
I'm okay, thanks.
Finally, I'm sitting here on the right frame, being the guest of the INIT Talks.
How
Hi,
is that for
everyone.
you?
Hi. Oh, by the way, Nick, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, everyone. Hello.
And how is it for you to be on the other side now, to get interviewed instead of being the interviewer?
Um, Honestly, it feels different. It feels different. Like being the guest in the INIT Talks kind of. I don't know. I kind of feeling nervous about it because normally I'll be like, okay, let's do it. I'll be interviewing this girl, that girl. But now I'm like sitting here waiting for you to give me the questions, and I have to like answer some of the questions. So I'm like, oh no, not like oh no, but oh no, I'm nervous. You know?
Yes, I know. Well, I'm a bit nervous too, so this is my first time that I'm doing this, and it's much easier to just be the guest and talk. And yeah, it's interesting.
It's
So
interesting. Yeah.
first of all, you moved from Indonesia to America
Yeah.
to be a content creator. Tell about it.
Basically, well, not I'm not like actually moving to America to become a content creator. I moved to America because I got a chance to move and to actually like live in America. But back then I was still having my day job, my 9 to 5 job, and I was still doing like I was still working in a company back then. And then the pandemic hits and I was like, okay, I was just staying at home. I don't know what to do. And I pick up my PS4 back then because I was bored at home. And I remember I got the Gran Turismo sport game and I was playing it. And I was kind of surprised because back in the day, I didn't know that Gran Turismo has the active community. Like you can race online anytime you want, like 24/7. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I didn't know that we have such an online multiplayer in PlayStation. Like, oh, okay, I'll get into it, and yeah, just go with the flow. And then I got introduced to PC gaming, and I didn't know how to build a PC back then, so I just bought like a pre-built PC from Micro Center, and yeah, just trying out Assetto Corsa, trying out R Factor, and trying to get into the competitive scene of sim racing with zero knowledge back then. So I didn't have any plan to become a content creator. At the start, I was more like, okay, I want to compete. I want to see how it goes. I want to see if I can win the race, if I can win the championship. That's all I want. So being a content creator is like a bonus for me, but I really enjoy it. Like, I love being a content creator.
That's good. Well, it also shows a bit how you get into sim racing. And I think you started on PC racing with the MFR, the more female races back then. And that's how I met you and a lot of other ladies out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great that you came so far in maybe 3 years, I think it is.
Four,
The
I
first
think.
time that I 4?
Yeah, 4. I think I started in 2020, right during the pandemic era when we all staying at home. But MFR
Yeah.
is actually my first championship, the one that I'm actually like putting my time, putting my energy, effort into it. So that was my first ever competition. Before that, I was just driving around the track, making mistakes, learn from it. Just, yeah, but yeah.
Mistakes are the best thing to learn from.
Well,
So that's all
true.
good.
True. Hey Jess, oh my god. Jess, Nick, Ash, hi guys. Hello, I'm the guest.
Yes, this time you are the guest. So
The guest, you.
why do you decide to get into the competitive sides of sim racing?
Because it's fun, I must say. Like, to me, sim racing is not easy. Like, you need to spend a lot of time to actually learn, to actually, like, yeah, basically, like, get good at it, you know what I mean? So, I feel like, yeah, sim racing kind of taught me to push myself into the limit. Even you think that that is the limit, it's not the limit, So that's why I want to get into it. I want to like throw myself into a competition, suffer in it, and learn from it. Try to get better. Like, yeah, trying to get better. But sometimes I'm making mistakes still. Hi, Mekis. Hi, Dora. Welcome to INIT Talks, ladies and gentlemen.
And what are the challenges you got in sim racing?
The biggest challenge is most of the time is like myself, of course, like trying to be less nervous getting into the race because your mental really decide what's gonna happen in your race. That's how I feel. I mean, everybody knows how to drive. You can practice in offline session, like try to go fast around the track, but once you get into the race, it's like a different situation and everything is different. You deal with other people on the track, and most of the time it's something like, okay, I'm feeling nervous about it, like, oh no, I'm overthinking it, like I'm overthinking my race and such, and it turns out that I mess up my own race sometimes, but yeah, to me the biggest challenge is trying to beat myself, as in like trying to, like, yeah.
Yes, I understand. That's indeed the challenge for everyone. I think it's the most competitive driver is yourself, because especially what's going in your mind and how you're doing it in the sim, achieving it lap by lap again. It's a challenge. What was your first racing game, and what's your sim race of choice?
My very first racing game is the Gran Turismo 2. Back in the day, like I was like really small back then, like very very small, and yeah, Gran Turismo 2, the second one, was the first racing game ever for me. But then, I mean, for me growing up, I'm not really getting to the gaming scene, like I'm growing up getting into, like hanging out with my friends, going out and, getting into makeup and such. So I kind of living the world of gaming for a while. And then when I get back into it, I got so many options. Like right now, gaming on console, gaming on PC is like a lot. You have a lot of options for that. But for me right now, my sim of choice is still iRacing. Still.
Nice, it's a good choice.
Yeah.
And what is your biggest achievement in sim racing?
My biggest achievement, I think when I was winning the More Female Racers season 4, I think that was my first ever achievement. Like, oh, I won a championship. It was almost a win streak, so I was like, okay, that was my first achievement. And then the second one is when I was selected to race in the Screen to Speed in Vegas. That was my first ever offline event, I must say. Like, I never got into the esports scene that got me into that, like racing in a stage when you're having like a lot of cars racing around, that was really cool. And also when I got the opportunity to be in the Toyota commercial, that was also my like one of like the most OP achievement in my life. I think that one, when I was like working with Toyota America, and they flew me to LA for filming, and I met like Samantha Tan, Sarah Choi, Ken Gucci from Formula Drift, and yeah, that was like a really cool achievement for me. Other than competing. And yes,
Yeah.
Nick, I was in the Toyota GR86 commercial. I think it was like 2 years ago. I think when I was filming with Samantha Tan, Sarah Choi, Ken Gucci, Cyrus, and some other streamers in LA. In LA.
Nice. That's very cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And how is it for you now to have a whole community behind you, supporting you, race in, race out,
Yeah.
and every time again, every day on Discord as well. Not talking much, but I'm in there too. How is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for you?
It feels great. Like it feels like you're having friends, like people that you never met before, but you know that they are supporting you in good race, bad race, good times, bad times. It feels amazing, because for me, at first, when I first got into sim racing, I thought my life will be all about being a tryhard, competing, like that's it, but it's more like building a relationship with your community, like actually making friends and trusting someone to become your crew chief, for example, someone you never met before, but like you can have that kind of friendship. And I think that's the fun thing about sim racing, other than driving around, having like a cool setup and whatsoever. Yeah, the people around it are the, I don't know, like for me it's like the most amazing things ever.
Yes, it is great, and it's great to meet some of them in real life. Some of them we probably will never meet in real life, but still, we speak a lot with each other, and that makes it also great. And if someone needs any help with practicing or whatsoever, we can all help each other, and that makes it great as well.
And it's fun when you're like practicing with your friends, because you will improve quicker than when you're just driving by yourself. So having friends that can be your rival on the track is like, yeah, it feels really amazing for me.
Yes, it is great.
Victoria! Oh my god, we have Victoria here. Victoria!
Yeah, hello.
Hi!
Well, hello
Victoria.
everyone. For who is just tuning in and thinking this is a strange host who is asking questions, that's true. This time, Elz herself was getting interviewed, so that's why I'm here asking the questions. And if you have any questions, put them in chat, and I will ask them. Yes, that's true, Soph. You can.
You can
First,
also find love
quick
in sim racing.
update.
Aw.
Yeah, you can.
Mhm.
A quick update, because the screen to speed drivers that ever participated in one of our events already know we are going drifting with screen to speed on Assetto Corsa. Tomorrow we can give everyone all the info. If you haven't joined the INIT Esports Discord or any screen to speed series, please still join the Discord. Ping me there, and you can all get coaching and get to learn drifting, meet the passion that they have for drifting, because I meet them on Discord and they have a huge passion for drifting. So if you're interested, send me a message private in Discord, and I'm looking forward to help you further.
Drifting?
And also on Saturday we have the F1 24 at Zandvoort. Still a little bit my home track. So I'm looking forward to that. Els will be the guest streamer. So that's gonna be very interesting to see the race, how everyone is doing. And it's gonna be great to watch Els racing in the F1.
Yay!
And
finally.
Yes, finally. And last announcement to make. For the iRacing, we needed to reschedule, and it's rescheduled for the 14th of September. And then we will race at Spa. This will be live broadcasted, and it will get announced on social media and on Discord when we have the new calendar graphic, and it will also be updated on the website. If you still want to join one of our series, you can still join. Go to the website greentospeed.com, and hopefully we will see you on track.
Yay! Yay! Finally, F1 stream this weekend, yo. So we'll be racing in Zandvoort, guys. So after this, I'm gonna need to do a little bit of work, run some practice, and then go to the airport. So we'll be racing in Zandvoort this weekend, and I'll be the guest streamer. So don't forget to give a follow to INIT Esports on Twitch, so you will get a notification when I'm going live, because it will be worth it to watch me racing in F1. Duh.
Yes. And if you want, I can practice tomorrow a bit with you. It's a good track, Zandvoort. It will be nice.
I know how to Zandvoort, but I just need to run like, I don't know, like few, like 1 or 2 race against the AI, you know, even like just to get the feeling to race around the track,
to get the groove.
Yeah.
To get the F1 groove.
Yeah.
Always good. Well, I've got a question for you, and if anyone has any questions, please message it in chat, and we can ask it after my question.
Ash.
How is it? Sorry.
No. I was like, I'm encouraging my chat right now to ask me a question, because it's not like normally you can ask me a question when I'm driving. Duh. I was busy driving. Duh. Okay. What was the question, Yvonne?
How is it to make from your passion also your work?
It feels fun. Like, you don't feel like working sometimes. Like, you know, like it feels like you're playing you're doing your hobby, but not gonna lie, like you get an income out of it, you know? So it doesn't feel like working when you're doing a work, but this is my kind of curse sometimes, like, because this is what you like. Sometimes you're seeking for perfection in everything, and it turns out that nothing is perfect, and everything will become a mess at some point. So, you know, when something like, okay, my race is not going well, or oh no, as simple as my content, for example, like when I need to make a content, I don't have the replay or the source for it, I will get stressed out because it doesn't meet the expectation that I built inside my heart. You know, like, it's fun, you don't have to do your job, you don't feel like you're working when you're doing a job, but yeah, sometimes, like, yeah, I'm like seeking for perfection too much. So, you know, yeah, it can be like, yeah, hit or miss sometimes.
Yes, it is. It's good fun. I've got a question from Nick here. If you could attend any automotive event in real life, what would you go to?
That's an interesting question. I want to go to Daytona 24, one thing for sure. Nice. That's the event in America that I want to go. But I think for Europe, I want to go to Spa. But I don't know like which event that I want, but it's more like for me, it's more like I want to visit the track, you know, instead of like I want to see the event. It's more like I want to experience the track. So yeah, I want to go to Spa for any events if it's possible. And I want to go watch any race in Fuji. That's in Asia.
Fuji?
Yes, I
Oh,
want it
nice.
so bad. You know, like with the view of the Fuji mountain and such.
Yeah,
It's
it's
super
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah.
I only know it from games, but it looks very good. On Gran Turismo, it looks very good.
Yeah, I know that track from Gran Turismo. I know that track from Gran Turismo, and that's super, super amazing. So, yeah, that's why I want to see it in real life. That's how I set off my goal or whatever. Like, if I want to go to a track, yeah, for example, like, if I want to go to a racetrack for a race event, I will use like what I learned or everything from the game as a reference. Yeah.
Yes, that's good. And Spa is good fun as well. I think you will enjoy it there too. We raced there a lot in the sim also together, so I think you will enjoy seeing all those bits from the track. Oh, I saw that in the game and that and that.
And sometimes you like to I like to compare it, you know, like I like to compare it, like how is it like in real life and in the game. So yeah, it's just amazing that the video games kind of can imitate like what it's like in real life and bring it into the virtual world, and we as the gamer, as the driver, can actually like experience it, you know, and feels like real. Yeah, like yeah, that's the amazing part about sim racing that I like.
Yes, it is. I see here a great question from Dora.
Dora.
Dora, I'm not sure.
Oh, that's Jacob the
I think
second, right? Jacob, that's Jacob. Jacob the second.
Jacob. Okay. Well, sorry, Jacob. How do you relax when you feel overwhelmed?
Well, when I feel overwhelmed, I will go outside. Like, I will go outside the house, like get some fresh air. And I don't know, just give yourself a little treats, like a little self rewards. Get or buy random things that makes me happy, you know, like I can get like a random Pokemon plushes and stuff, like okay, I deserve this, you know. But most of the time I'll be just, you know, like going outside my house and get some fresh air, you know, like do the walk like 2 hours, 3 hours, or maybe playing tennis. Just go outside, you know, because most of the time I'm working from home, like I'm working, like feels like I'm trapped inside the building, like almost like 24/7. So, you know, it's nice to just go out once in a while. That's how I relax, Jacob. That's how I relax.
And what is your favorite track to drive in the sim?
The favorite track to drive in the sim. That's interesting.
And car?
Yeah. I like Road America. I feel like Road America is like my go-to track. Like I can just get into it, get the groove. It's pretty fun. I like Glen because I just like the flow around the track. It feels nice to go, you know, like Glen has a nice flow. I like Glen. What else? Let me see. Oh, Mid Ohio. I like Mid Ohio so bad. I love it. I feel like it's almost feels like it's an underrated track for me. Like we need to do more race in Mid Ohio. It's super fun. The elevation change, some blind corners. I like it. I really enjoy it. Sonoma, I used to like it, but now I'm like, meh. Maybe because I live like very close to the track. Like I pass Sonoma like every time, so I got bored every time I see Sonoma. I'm like, I'm gonna skip that in the sim. Like I live really close to this track.
And
I've
if you
seen
live
enough.
closely, you know it very well, which could be key for your race.
True. I can race better in Sonoma, but I kinda not like avoiding, but I kinda taking a break from Sonoma because back in the day during the NIS, I did a lot of drive in that track, and I kinda feeling like, okay, that's enough for Sonoma for now, for this season, so I will try to explore new track because we have like so many new track recently on iRacing, and yeah, I just wanna like try out different things in road, or yeah.
Yes, there are some good new tracks on iRacing. And what is your favorite car?
The favorite car, I don't really have like I'm not really like a diehard fans of any cars in the sim, but I drive a lot in Xfinity. I like it. I currently liking the Xfinity more than the next gen. I think my go-to cars in iRacing will be truck, Xfinity if it's oval. I still prefer driving the Xfinity in oval because I'm not a big fan of driving the next gen in oval. So yeah, if there's like any oval any cup series that requires me to drive in road course, I will take the next gen 10 out of 10. I struggle driving the Xfinity in road course, so I don't know back in the day how you, Sarah, Nina drive in Xfinity in road Atlanta, Phillip Island. That was crazy. I'm not.
Yeah, that was a challenge, that car on the road.
Yeah.
Especially with the elevation changes, it was a pull.
Yeah, I mean, I bet. Especially like Phillip Island, that was like, it's a fun track, but it could be challenging for driving the Xfinity around the track. Like, super crazy. I'm not gonna try it for now.
I understand. Ash is asking, what is El's least favorite oval?
Least favorite oval? That's a good question, Ash. That's a good question. I'm not a fan of Homestead Miami, honestly. But I'll be racing in Homestead Miami next Monday. So I got to, push myself, like finding the motivation to actually get the groove around the track. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Homestead Miami. That track will be like on the bottom list. Nashville? I'm not a fan of Nashville as well. I don't know. I just hate the Nashville. I think those two are like my least favorite track in oval. Homestead and Nashville. Meh.
I like the Homestead road course. I drove it back in the days a lot with Skip Barber.
Oh yeah?
I gained a lot of rating there. It's good.
Huh. So the road course is pretty fun, you're saying?
Yes, I found it pretty fun.
Ah, I see.
But it flowed very well with the car. I'm not sure with the cars now how it will feel.
I don't think I've done any drive in the road course Homestead. I don't think so.
You should try it. If you don't like the oval, try the road course.
Go to the road course if you don't like the oval. Well, everybody racing the oval, I'll be taking the road course because I'm bored. Like, nah, don't feel like it. I don't feel like it, duh.
Jacob is asking, I need to go a bit more forward because it's a little small on my screen. When you found out something new about sim racing, do you have a hard time breaking old habits?
Yes, sometimes, yes. Breaking the old habit, like trying to break your muscle memory about how you brake, how you get into the corner, it can be challenging at first and it could be difficult. But I'm trying to, like put myself into this, like I'm open to any change right now, like, okay, I'm ready to change. So I'm trying to no, don't, you have to break the old habit. You don't break right there. You can break a little bit later, like trying to motivate myself. The more I motivate myself, the faster I like learning something new or getting used to it, But for me overall, if I want to learn a new car or new track or even new sim, I don't really have like a challenge for it. Like I'm totally like, okay, I might be struggling at first, but after that, no, I'm fine. Like
You'll get there.
Yeah, I'm quick at adapting into things sometimes, but trying to break the old habit can be difficult, and I believe it's difficult for everyone, right?
Yes, it is.
All of them? What do you mean all of them? The most challenging race you've ever participated in?
Yes, thank you.
The most challenging race, the next level racing, V8 challenge. So we were driving the supercars, the V8 supercars in Hockenheim, and I was racing against Team Fortzilla and all those like pro drivers. So it was challenging. It was challenging, like trying to survive the race, like trying to not locking up your brakes, sending your cars to the wall, something like that. It was already a challenge, but also on top of that, I feel like my skill is like still pretty far away from the pro. Like I was like right here, and the pro is like there, you know. So it feels really. I can feel the pressure, I must say, like in that race. Like, oh my god, I'm so noob. Okay, I need to survive the race, but I want to go to the front. So it was like, yeah, it was like pretty challenging back then. But on daily basis, speaking about doing the official, something like that, nothing really challenging other than probably the 600, the Coke 600. That was the most challenging officials for me.
And how is the strategy things in oval racing for you? Because there are a lot of cautions. Changing strategy, I think, 10 times in like the Coke 600. How is that for you?
Well, back then for the 600, I have my crew chief, like my friend, helping me with the strategy and stuff. So I kind of follow his strategy. Like, okay, are we going to do this, that, you know? But most of the time in oval, I just follow the leader. That's like the easiest way. Like, try to follow the leader, and yeah, like that's it, I guess, for me. If your car broken and you get the meatball flag, then you freaks, I guess. But yeah, in super speedway, I think for the super speedway, any damage that I got, I will take like all the repair in super speedway. But sometimes, like in a bit of like smaller track, like shorter track, if I got like a little bit damage, but it's fine, I'm like, okay, I can wait a little bit longer. But most of the time, like, yeah, I'm just speeding under caution, under yellow.
Yes. And that also makes the changes to the strategy a lot. Because you lose less time in the yellow.
Yeah.
Jacob is also asking, which is a very, very good question. What advice would you give to someone just starting in sim racing?
An advice. First of all, just go for it. Do it. Just do it if you want it. And you don't need like a really fancy equipment as a start. So you don't need to think a lot about having a triple, having like a rig, having a direct drive. It's not necessary as a start. You can even start with a controller, or if you wanna start right to the wheel, then you can just get like the entry level, you know, like the belt driven. That's enough for you to learn. You can put it on your table, and you know, you can mount the pedal. Like, there's a lot of tips on how to start like building your first setup, your first home setup on Reddit, on internet, which you can follow. So yeah, start small. You don't need to worry about getting into a fancy sim, whatever. Just do it. Do a lot of online race, getting experience about the race, about the track, the car. Try to learn and go from there, I think. Because I think getting into sim racing, like the first year, you will like, not like you'll be struggling, but you'll be like learning a lot. There's a lot to learn as a start, so take your time, you know, like just one step at a time.
Yes, that's true. One step at a time, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone is still learning, even after 4 years. You can see everyone is still learning.
True.
Ash is asking if there is a car you owned in a sim but haven't got the confidence to drive it yet.
It depends on the track. Like, there are some cars that I haven't got there's a lot actually. There's a lot of cars that I haven't got the confidence driving it. For example, like I don't feel confident driving the Xfinity in road course. Zero confidence. So it really depends, you know. It really depends on what's the track, what's the car for me, what's the combo, I must say. Like it really depends on what's the combo. Jean, hi Jean. Hi Jean. Hi. Hi. Welcome to INIT Talks. I'm the guest. Woohoo. I'm the guest. Woohoo.
Jacob is asking, can you describe your current sim racing setup and any specific gear you prefer?
For the sim racing setup, well, right now for the wheel and pedals, I'm using Thrustmaster because I'm the Thrustmaster Rockets program. So I'm using the Thrustmaster. For now, after 4 years, finally I'm getting into the DD wheelbase. So I'm using the Thrustmaster T818 for the wheelbase. For the pedals, I'm using the TLCM from Thrustmaster. And for the rig, I'm using the Next Level Racing GT Elite and also the ARS 1 seat. So this is like my dream setup right now. I have my dream setup. Like, you know, when I first getting into sim racing, I see Thrustmaster, Next Level Racing as a brand, and I was wishing that one day if I like win a championship, I want to buy like a complete setup, like a proper sim racing setup like this. And now I have it. Like, it's like my dream setup right now from Next Level Racing and Thrustmaster.
Nice. And how is it for you, going from belt-driven base to direct drive?
It feels a lot smoother, I must say. A lot smoother, like very smooth. Like the signal that this wheelbase send from the game to you, it feels like really smooth. Like, okay, it's pretty accurate, you know. It doesn't guarantee me to become faster, but I can feel more details from going from belt driven to the direct drive, because now I officially have 2 sim racing setup and I put the belt driven on my other sim, and it feels like so much different. It feels smooth, I must say, like a lot smoother.
Yes. Also easier to catch any slides or something with the car for you as well.
Yes, it is. It is like, because you feel more details, so you know when you're about to, okay, no, this is not right. Okay, I'm about to spun if I go a little bit faster, you know. I can feel more details, Which plushie?
It makes you a lot consistent, I think.
Yeah, it's more consistent. More consistent.
Yeah.
Which plushie is the best crew chief? Cubone. Cubone is the best. Because every time I'm making a mistake, Cubone will hit me. Like...
hit you?
Yeah. So Cubone is the best, Ash. Cubone is the best.
How do you choose your car setup for different tracks?
How do you choose your car setup for different tracks? Cause I think that's my thing about sim racing. I haven't got like really deep into the car setup and stuff. So most of the time I'm running the fix setup race, so I don't need to worry about setup. I can just focus on driving, and I know like everybody is like running the same setup, so it's quite equal. So I'm still like most of the time like driving the fix. So I haven't got like really into the setup and such. Jacob,
it will all come, don't worry.
But for me right
Rebecca.
now. Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, say for you right now.
Oh, right. So but for me right now, I don't want to worry a lot about car setup or such. I want to focus first on my driving, on my racecraft, and like trying to gain experience on the track. And for me, like there will be one time, that time will come where I will need to worry about setup. I will need to worry about tweaking the setup to push me to become faster on the track. But for me right now, it's more like I want to gain experience racing at the track. How do you race people? How do you defend? How do you like stay consistent when the track condition change? That's my main focus for now.
Sounds good. Rebecca is asking, Elz, how do you manage juggling your attention between communicating with the chat and driving?
When it's easier for me to read at the chat and interact with people in the chat when I'm doing road racing than when I was doing oval. So yeah, in oval most of the time, honestly, I'm ignoring the chat, as in like eyes on the road, not looking at the chat, not trying to talk, something like that. But when I was like racing in road racing, I have my chat overlay like really close, like still between my eyesight, you know, like so I can just take a peek at the chat and just try to, you know, like interact, try to answer any question or try to catch the joke, as simple as that. Because the most important thing in streaming is not just about your driving, but also like how you interact with people. So I will try my best to stay active in the chat, like try to keep the chat entertained, they feel like not bored hanging in my stream, something like that. But when I'm racing oval, most of the time I'll be saying like, guys, I will look at your chat later after this race, okay? Like after this race, the chat will understand, family will understand.
I think when people see you driving, it's already entertaining, and especially sometimes the expressions on your face. It's really good.
I'm a bit of a clown sometimes in the race, but if the chat enjoys it, if the chat is like having fun, then I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah, even when you're with you in the voice chat, like the F1 race, I think 2 weeks ago. I didn't saw your face, but I had a great laugh just the things you said, and especially with the pitting the second time. And I was, why are you pitting again?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I'm just following.
I don't even know what I follow back then. Nobody tells me to pit. I'm just following my own thoughts back then. I think I need to pit. Nothing happened, but I need to pit. Just giving a little work to the pit crew, you know.
They need to do something in the pits. Sophie is asking, which Fast and the Furious movie is the best?
It's the best? Okay, the best. Okay. I think for me, I like the Fast and Furious 5 and 4. I feel like 4 and 5 are like my favorite. You know, my least favorite is the last one. And the one before that, you know, when Roman going to the moon, and when we have Jason Momoa in the last movie, I don't like that, because I was expecting to see Jason Statham as well, but in the last movie it was more like the battle between Vin Diesel and Jason Momoa, and I don't like that. I wanna see Jason Statham, you know, in the movie, because he's so cool. So yeah, other than Vin Diesel, I like Jason Statham in the movie.
I think Sophie knows, but I never saw the movie. I know it exists, but I never saw it. So probably Sophie knows that as well.
Yeah, the first is the best. The OG Fast Furious are the best. Like 1, 2, 3 until Tokyo Drift. I like the Tokyo Drift. 4 still fine. 5 okay. And then after that, it's getting like more and more like, okay, Dom is like trying to become an Avenger. Oh my god, you have the DVD? Oh my god, I need to buy the DVD of Fast Furious Complete Collection from 1 to 10. Like, dude, we all need
movies.
You have it? Do you have it, the DVD?
Apparently we do. What are some memories from your sim racing experience that you will always hold on to?
Let me see. I think when I won the more female racers round one. I remember crystal clear. I still have this memory in my head. Like we were racing in Monza back then in the GT3. So that was like the first race that I won ever in my life. As in like, yeah, in my sim racing career. Because before that, like few weeks or probably like 1 month before that, I was like racing in Monza. But I got beaten so hard. I finished last, and I think like, yeah, I was still a newbie back then, when I was like having my first race in Monza. And then 1 month after that, I could win a race. So it was like from zero to hero moment. So, I was like, wow, that was like, I think that was like, I don't know, the unforgettable race ever in my life. That race.
Yes, and the moments outside of the MFR, like you've been to Vegas, you've been to also to the F1 a few times. What are your favorite moments from there?
Speaking about, oh, that will be the IRL experience then. Not the sim racing. Okay. So, let me see. From the IRL, I think for me, the first one, let me see. So first I was going to, wait, I'm trying to memorize the timeline of my racetrack trip right now. Wait, did I go to Indy first or no?
No ID. I know you've been there,
And
but I have
Indy.
no ID.
Yeah. Right. So I think for me, speaking about going to a racetrack experience, my first trip to the NASCAR track, it was like the most memorable moment in my life when we were like in the Vegas for this Grid to Speed, because that was the first time I saw a racetrack with a banking, like wow, a racetrack with a banking and the ground is shaking, like what, this is so cool, And then other than that, when I was going to NASCAR Chicago, that also like one of the best moments in my life, because that's my home track and that race is like happening like right really close from where I live. So it was such a fun experience. I think most of the time, like my happiest moment in IRL experience is more like when I was going to a NASCAR track other than the F1, because I don't really follow the F1. I follow more of the NASCAR, so that's why. Don't get me wrong,
I think NASCAR is.
I like going to
NASCAR is
F1.
also a bit. Yeah. Well, the NASCAR is also a bit more American than the F1 is.
Yeah. F1 is. It feels more not like actually like European, but you know what I mean, right? Like yeah. NASCAR. Yeah, I agree with you when you say like NASCAR is like more American.
Yes. Jacob is asking, have you ever forgotten to turn on your sim racing gear, like your wheel or pedals, before starting a race and realized it only after you've begun? How did you handle it?
No, I never forgot. Like, I don't think I've ever forgot to turn on my gear. I don't think I've had that issue, but when I got like when my gear got disconnected from my PC in the middle of the race, how do you handle that? Saying sorry to everyone? I guess saying sorry to everyone on the grid. But no, I don't think I have that experience. Like I forgot to turn on or set up my wheel or pedal before the race starts, something like that. No, I'm pretty much well prepared, I think, going into the race. But if I'm having like a technical issue, it's more like, yeah, wheel got disconnected all of the sudden, something like that. And that happened normally or randomly in the middle of the race. So how do you handle that? Saying sorry. In the voice chat, sorry, my wheel got disconnected, everyone. I got disconnected. That happened to me once in Draft Masters. Jesus, that was scary. That was scary. I don't want that experience ever again. Ever again.
Ash is asking, have you ever been injured by your wheel?
close enough, but no, never. I don't think I've got into incident or injured by my wheel or pedals, no. But there was some close moment, of course, but yeah, never. I'm lucky, and I don't want
Lucky not.
that to happen.
Fifth Peanut is asking if you had the opportunity to get behind the wheel of a race car in real life, what would be the car of choice?
Ooh, I wanna drive the truck. I think I wanna drive the truck in real life. In oval track, that's gonna be fun because the truck is big and so fun to drive. At least in the sim, so I would love to try it out in real life. Like, I wanna drive the truck, the big truck. Yeah, that's what I want. I've had it malfunction and you've crashed in the pit for it. Yeah, crashing into the pit is okay. Not like okay, it's not okay, your race is over, but to me, I don't know, I prefer to crash into a wall or crash into the pit rather than crashing into people when that happened, you know?
I prefer to never crash.
Yeah. I prefer to never crash.
Before we are gonna end this INIT Talks, I have one more question. Well, it's basically 3 questions, but I'm gonna ask it in one go. What are your goals in sim racing as a content creator and also with your work? Because you work also in the esports industry.
So my goal, speaking about my goal, my own goal, I want to drive in real life one day. I want to race in real life one day, even it's just like a one race. Even if it's just a one race, it's fine. I'll take it, you know. Like at some point, I want to get myself into a race car, driving fast around the track. That's what I want at some point. And speaking about working in esports, I'm hoping that we will have more girls joining, because well, we have a lot right now. We have a lot of girls joining, getting into iRacing, getting into sim racing, but the more the merrier, you know. So yeah, of course, I'm hoping to see more girls, more people joining. Like yeah, the community keeps on growing. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
And for you as a content creator?
As a content creator, I want to keep on producing content, of course, something that could entertain people, you know, something that could make your day better after seeing my content. And eventually, I want to get into YouTube as a content creator. I want to actually making a YouTube production, not just producing a short content. Working on it. Wish me luck.
That sounds great. And how do you mean a YouTube production?
Making, making a YouTube content, 10 minutes YouTube content, probably tips, or maybe I don't know, a room tour, explaining about my sim setup, my gear, my PC details, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a big project, not like a big project, but YouTube takes a lot of time and effort to produce it, especially if you're the talent and you're the cameraman of yourself, so it could be challenging sometimes. So yeah, hopefully I will find a way to work on it.
I'm sure you find a way. Sophie is saying, why wait? Just do it else.
The time between managing between working on esports and streaming, and also now there's a lot of working behind the camera, working on new contract and such. I'm still handling it all by myself, so the time is time and energy.
Need to get an assistant.
Yeah, at some point. Maybe at some point, yeah. Can totally see Elf drive a monster truck. Oh my god, imagine me driving the monster truck. That's so fun.
It will be very cool.
Monster truck
Little
will be
elves.
hilarious.
Little elves with a
With
big huge
monster
truck.
jumping. That's wild. Monster truck is wild. Like really.
Yes, it is. Well, everyone, this was already the INIT Talks with Elz. I enjoyed being the host today. So thank you very much, Elz, for asking you the questions and for being here. Before we end the stream, just a little few things. We are gonna start drifting. So all the screen-to-speed drivers that got involved into screen-to-speed events in real life or the championships, they are all free to join in on Assetto Corsa tomorrow. I will share all the details. There will be coaches. If you want to join in for some drifting, you've never done it before, still send me a message on Discord and I will reply to you and or send it on the INIT Esports Discord. On Saturday, we are back live with Elz as a guest streamer with the F1 2024 at Zandvoort for the Screen to Speed Summer Cup. It will be a great race because, yeah, Zandvoort is one of my favorite tracks because it's a little bit of my home track still. So I'm looking forward to see some orange there.
Wanna see me racing in F1? So make sure to tune into INIT Esports this Saturday, 8 p.m. CEST. So that will be 11 in the morning for me. So guys, imagine me. I'm not a morning person and I'm driving in F1 in the morning on the weekend. So it's gonna be fun. So tune into INIT Esports Twitch channel this weekend. Oh my god, I need to start practicing after this. Like, I need to do a little bit of work, practicing, and I gotta run to the airport.
Yes, I need to do some practice too tomorrow somewhere. And last but not least, we needed to postpone the iRacing Summer Cup race from last Saturday. It's postponed to the 14th of September. So 2 weeks after Misano, the Spa race will be live broadcasted. You can all still join any championship we are organizing on Gran Turismo 7, which is gonna start the first weekend of August. Feel free to join in. iRacing F1 2024. If you have any questions, you can message me, you can message Elz, you can message in the INIT Esports Discord. And I hope to see you all on track.
Alright, thank you so much for having me as the guest. Finally,
Yes,
I've become the guest.
Finally. After 3 months, finally the guest.
After 3 months, I'm finally becoming the guest in this channel.
Yes.
Finally.
It's well deserved. Thank you, Elz, also for all your work you're doing, also for all the INIT Talks you've made already. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a great evening or day, and I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
INIT Esports focuses on sim racing events and digital tournaments. They bring esports content to fans and sponsorship opportunities to brands while maximizing audience reach across multiple sports, industries, and platforms. INIT Esports is a woman-led company where diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility is in their DNA. And their platform aims to combat bullying and cheating to help make the esports world as safe and fair as possible. To learn more, be sure to log on to www.initesports.gg or follow them on social media at INIT Esports. Join their Discord, check out their YouTube channel, or follow their live content via Twitch.
This episode has been brought to you by Grand Touring Motorsports as part of our Motoring Podcast Network. For more episodes like this, tune in each week for more exciting and educational content from organizations like the Exotic Car Marketplace, the Motoring Historian, Break Fix, and many others. If you'd like to support Grand Touring Motorsports and the Motoring Podcast Network, sign up for one of our many sponsorship tiers at www.patreon.com/GT Motorsports. Please note that the content, opinions, and materials presented and expressed in this episode are those of its creator, and this episode has been published with their consent. If you have any inquiries about this program, please contact the creators of this episode via email or social media as mentioned in the episode.